Hello, Teach Now, July 2020. I normally utilize OneNote for Windows 10, utilizing Zoom environment. Using Zoom sharing tools to teach OneNote to my students. So I give a couple of very simple examples and some of the very cool things inside OneNote. So let's take a look at this quadratic equation. So let's have this quadratic equation. So you have a draw, pick up the color. So I'm going to choose black color here. Okay, so our first question is x squared plus 4x minus 21 equals to 0. Okay, that's quadratic equation. There's a number of ways to solve it. So grab this and then press math button. So it interprets as x squared plus 4x minus 21. So that's correct. If it's incorrect, then you can press fix it to fix it. So select an action, solve for x. See, solve x equals to -7 and x equals to 3. Two solutions. Show step. So you can use steps using factorizing or factorizing by grouping or quadratic formula or completing the square. I'm going to go with the quadratic formula. So you can see we have a quadratic formula and it's substitute and have the final answers x equals to 3 and x equals to -7. Very powerful. That's our first example. Let's move on to a second example, simple trigonometrical equations. So 2 sine x equals to minus root square of 3. And we're gonna grab our lasso, select, go to math, and we have it. Select an action, solve for x, and we have a solution. See, very, very powerful. And you can have a graph, and we have the graph and insert graph directly inside here, and we can locate it here just like that. Let's move on to a little bit more complex, solving problems involving integration. So I grab a different color. I'm going to grab green color and integration symbol, and then we have x minus 3 to the power of 4 and dx. Grab our lasso, select again, and utilize math and evaluate. Now we have the final solution, right? And we also have a graphs in 2D. Insert our graphs, right? Insert every size, and we have this one. Yeah, so that's very, very interesting tools. And yeah, I mean, some of you will find it this is too complex, so let's do a very simple one. Let's say x minus 4 equals to 11. Let's say let's solve this one. Grab lasso, select, grab, and definitely this solve for x equals to 15. Let's check that. Both side plus 4. Both side plus 4, you get 11 plus 4. So x equals to 15, which is correct, right? Which is correct. Right. Now let's move on to, let's say you are teaching physics and mostly inclined plane, right? Inclined plane. But so sometimes we need a diagram, right? So we don't have to draw a diagram. In our case, let's say a picture. You can, insert from file or camera or online. I'm going for online. So online and just incline plane physics. So that will bring you up a lot of different type of inclined plane. I'm gonna go with the blank one, this one. Okay, like that, and definitely bring it down so we don't come resize. And I am going to have a different shapes. So let's say a couple of forces acting on it. Let's say what is the, okay, I'm supposed to get a shape. Okay, that shape, that is, okay, that's gravitational force acting on it, and we have a reaction force, and we also have a friction force. Okay, and then we have, this is reaction force, this is a friction force, and this is a weight. And weight has a two components. So I can draw here, right here. That's the weight in y component, and this is in x component. This is a theta. This is going to be theta. This is w cosine theta, and this is w sine theta. And we assume it's accelerating down this direction. So we have x component. We have a r minus w cosine theta equals to 0, and we have a f minus w sine theta based on f equals to ma. So resultant force equals to ma. We have simultaneous equation, and we can solve this one. So very, very powerful. And besides this, I like this one a lot. You can actually bring your power. You can actually insert your PowerPoint presentation just like this. So that's how I bring my PowerPoint presentation, and simultaneously, this side I have my PowerPoint presentation. This side I'm actually explaining it question by question. Yeah, so that's the for example, let's say you would like to insert, let's say, fixed resistor, and students, they don't know what is a fixed resistor. You can actually insert, you go to the insert and then picture from online, and simultaneously fixed resistor, and you can actually show the students how the fixed resistor looks like, right? So that's the, yeah, that's how because this fixed resistor here, and then resize, and students take a look at. Yeah, very powerful. This is where I actually take from internet, and I was teaching how the actually temperature sensitive switch or thermistor works, and I drag the thermistor photo here, and also I like electronics, so how the Arduino link it, and how we actually activate some lamps using relay. Yeah, so you can do a lot of things, and I definitely recommend you to explore Zoom sharing, and then all the way up to OneNote. OneNote is very, very powerful, and I think as a teacher we should explore more on this part. All right, so